Aloha everybody, Kaiwaza with you. Welcome back to my channel. And today, in addition to my having a little cup of pineapple green tea, we are going to delve into my Hawaiian record collection a bit. And today we're going to I will reveal to you my favorite records by the very influential Hawaiian recording group, the Brothers Cazimero. And we'll talk a little bit about them. They were born in 1949, 1950. They are Hawaiians, Native Hawaiians. They attended Kamehameha schools. And really came onto the scene, we're gonna say, in the late 60s as part of a group which was extremely influential in and of themselves. And I'm talking about the Sunday Manoa. Late 60s, they came into being, recorded through 1975, did, I think, it's a total of 4 records. This one, Guava Jam, extremely influential. That's them right there, the Brothers Cazimero, but they were members of this group. The Sunday Manoa is kind of really considered to be sort of the kickoff point, or the big instigator is not the right word, inspiration or something, of a renaissance of what we would call contemporary Hawaiian music, where I think a lot of the, don't take this in a derogatory way, but where there was a real departure on music in the, say, 50s, which was kind of a golden era of Hawaiian music, that was very oriented towards the tourism industry, and the imagery that many of us have of, you know, the hula dancers and palm trees and tea leaf grass skirts and all these very famous hapa hali or half-white songs like Little Brown Gal and My Little Grass Shack, and all of those, Blue Hawaii, and all of those songs, Hawaiian wedding songs, really were popularized massively around the world. Love them, don't get me wrong, love that stuff. But the Sunday Manoa kind of brought about an influence of native or people in Hawaii recording music for Hawaiians, really, for local people, about their culture, their actual culture, and their way of looking at things. And in 1975, that group split up during the height of their popularity. Nobody involved has really ever really talked about it publicly that much. Cazimeros were always fairly, quiet about their private life or whatever. But as far as this breakup goes, it was very sudden in 1975, and nobody's ever really talked about it that much, except the main characters, this is one of the Sunday Manoa records. These are the Cazimero brothers. And then in the middle is a guy named Peter Moon, also part of the Sunday Manoa. So when this split happened and the group broke up, the Cazimeros immediately formed their group, the Brothers Cazimero. Peter Moon almost immediately also formed his own group, the Peter Moon Band. Both of them immensely successful for decades after that. Very influential, both of these groups. I should probably do a video on Peter Moon too. Anyway, so Cazimeros went on almost immediately to start doing their own recordings and their own music. For me, they took that sort of grassroots Hawaiian music, Sunday Manoa, that was kind of elevated also, but still, and the music that was inspired by that, or that was part of that cultural movement, like the Sons of Hawaii, these groups that were doing much more what you would call grassroots sounding Hawaiian music rather than pearly shells kind of Hawaiian music. The Cazimero brothers, just like something happened, and they I want to say elevated this music to an incredible level. Really, really elevated it in a very positive way. I almost want to say, I don't know, what do you think? I almost want to say they almost took the Hawaiian music and sort of like made it high church music. Like they would have a choir, their own chorus of men. Robert was also a kumu hula teacher, and he had his men sometimes and their singing groups singing on the albums, and they're like an angelic choir. Really, it's quite amazing. They would write their own material, but they also would cover other groups, other artists, songs that would come out that would be popular. They would cover them, but I think they were just known for, when they covered something, it became their own. I mean, they just did a rendition that was so markedly their own style, their own sort of elevated Hawaiian music style that it was not like the original. And not that the originals were bad, they weren't at all. They were wonderful, but it's like they just really put their mark on songs that they covered, taking them to a different realm. And then plus their own music, which they were known for. Very beautiful. And they also did a lot of traditional songs, hula songs, whatever. Again, all of them in their very unique style. And let me tell you, it was a hit, man. It was a hit. They played straight from nearly when they formed, 1976 through 1982. They played in various venues around Honolulu, show clubs, whatever, hotels and things, straight through from 1976 to 1982. At 1982, they went to the Monarch Room of the Royal Hawaiian Hotel. That's the old Pink Lady in Waikiki. And they were there, had a show, regular show at the Monarch Room from 1982 to 1994. That is a long time. You know, when you are lasting at the Monarch Room like that, you're a hit, okay? You're a big hit. They also were very famous for doing May Day concerts. They did May Day, kind of a big deal in Hawaii. Lei Day, it's actually Lei Day. People wear leis, there's Lei Day competitions, there's, entertainment, blah, 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 blah. And then there's a royal court. And at night, the Brothers Cazimero did their Lei Day or May Day concert and at the Waikiki Shell, and it was very traditional for many, 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 many people to go, and you would lay out under the stars and listen to the Brothers Cazimero. That went on from 1978 to 2007, almost 30 years, 30 consecutive years of doing Lei Day / May Day concerts at the Shell for the Casimeros. Incredible. So you understand the magnitude of their success and acceptance here in Hawaii. You could really say, I think that no group probably had more impact on Hawaiian music in Hawaii in the latter part of the 20th century than the Brothers Cazimero. They did, I don't know what they did, 15, 18 record albums, something like that. And then they continued on because records kind of went away in the late 80s and cassettes were kind of here for a little while and CDs came in. So this channel, My Hawaiian Music Station, and this channel only concern ourselves with the vinyl era records, so that's all I'm talking about. But they went through the vinyl era and they just continued right on past into the 90s, into the 2000s. Roland passed away in 2007. Wow, hard to believe it's that long ago. 2007. So they were recording, up until, off and on, up until that time. So there are a lot of CDs also of the Brothers Cazimero done in that era, but we're just talking about the vinyl records here. Oh, let me show you this though. This is them. If you went to one of their shows, or if you went to the Lay Day concerts, this is how they usually were. Roland sitting down, elevated on a cushion. Robert playing the bass. In fact, this was, and he would stay there the whole show. He would stay right there. There were rumors for a long time that he actually couldn't walk, and they were just sort of trying to hide that. He couldn't actually walk. It's not true. He could, but that was just their style. That's how they did their show. That's what's happening. All right, so let's look at my 5 favorite albums. And please understand, this is just my opinion. Everybody has their own opinion. I understand that. It's me. What do I know? This is just, I have all their records. This is just my favorites. Personally, coming in number 5 is the Brothers Cazimero Volume 2. This would be from 1977. So, they did one record before this. This was their second. I particularly love this record because of the song Punaho. It's a very simple song, but it's a very pretty song. And I'm always drawn to their very simple and very lovely arrangement of it. Kipikoa is really nice. Teve Teve is really nice on this album. Also Vaika. Vaika was a big hit for them from this album. It's one of those songs that had been around, was done by other artists. When they did this version, it sort of became the standard. It's, quite an amazing version. Next up, number 4 for me from the very next year, 1978, is the album Ho'ala. This is a fancy schmancy gatefold record here with some pictures. We'll see. We're really, really getting into the serious elevation here now of the high church music, if you want to call it that the Brothers Cazimero did. Nani Hanalei, such a big hit for them. The song been around for a long time, but their version just, just took it to another level. The Beauty of Mauna Kea's, their rendition's so nice. Puahone, Namene Hule Ekolu. There's so many songs, but for me, this album, number 4. Number 3, from 1978. They were cranking them out now. Hawaii in the Middle of the Sea, Brothers Cazimero. Gatefold. See, quite nice, releases they're doing here. This one has Home in the Islands. That became quite a big hit for them. That was originally done by Henry Capono, and their version became an amazingly well-known one. One small favor, Kawai Lele o Nu'uanu. Oh my gosh. Again, the choir, the elevated music. I remember some of these songs being performed at Mary Manakula Festival several times. Beautiful. Waimea Lullaby is a very nice song on here. That was originally, to my knowledge, done by Frank DeLimo, who was a comedian, sort of a singing tour guide originally, became a singer slash comedian, really known as a comedian later on, but did always sing a little bit, had kind of a hit with Waimea Lullaby, and again, when the Cazimeros got a hold of it and did it, boom, amazing. So yeah.
The breezes sing a sweet, sweet, sweet Waimea lullaby. Sweet, sweet Waimea lullaby. Sweet, sweet, 1,000 miles away. At home in the islands, at home in the islands, at home in the middle of the sea.
A little hard to pick between 2 and 1, I have to say. 1984, but not hard to pick my top 2. The top 2 for me, easy. 1984, this one is Island in Your Eyes. You're picking up on the elegance of a lot of these covers and whatnot. This one just has so many songs I love. Island in Your Eyes was their kind of signature song for this. Molokai Sweet Home, which had been done by Milani Bilyeu. Oh, their version is so pretty. My Hawaii, which was a Kui Lee song. Again, my favorite version anyone's ever done is by them, Cazimeros. Love Theme from Mutiny on the Bounty, Follow Me. Funny story about, I love that song. I used to know Hanani K. Trask back in the day. And I asked her one time, she and her sister, both of them, I was kind of hanging out with them at the time, what their favorite Hawaiian song was. And Hanani K. Trask, I just so remember her because it kind of surprised me, saying her favorite song at the time, the present time, was the Love Theme from Mutiny on the Bounty by the Cazimeros brothers. Mililani's was Singing Bamboo, by the way. But the highlight of this album for me, possibly the highlight of the entire Brothers Cazimero catalog, is the song Ka'ena, which had existed for quite a while, but their version with the ethereal voice that the Cazimeros possessed, the holding of a note for so long with this song Ka'ena, it was like the absolutely perfect, in my mind, the perfect matching of a song to a musical group or an artist was putting the Cazimeros and Ka'ena together, because it's a match made in heaven, that song. Love it.
And the cliffs that shore Lanai from blue depths reach for the sky, travel on, and there 'neath cloud-rimmed sky,
My number one, yeah, I really like this one too. Some people may raise their eyebrows and say, really, that's your favorite? Out of all these amazing ones, that's your favorite Hawaiian record by the Brothers Cazimero? But it is. It's from 1982, probably their least ethereal record. Hawaiian Hula Eyes. There they are in their prime. I think probably of all their albums, the most hula oriented, like the most danceable numbers on it, hula dancing. The song Hawaiian Hula Eyes is so fabulous. It's a very old song, not immensely popular, recorded by a few people back in the 50s, 1950s. I don't know of anybody recording it past the 50s. And for whatever reason, they picked this song up, Hawaiian Hula Eyes, and their version is absolutely lovely. I distinctly remember a Miss Hawaii, 1984, Debbie Nakanelua, dancing to Hawaiian Hula Eyes at the Miss America pageant. Well, all the way. She danced at her local pageant too, because I was there. I saw it. Love that song. And generally speaking, so many songs. Mapuna Kahala o Kailua, Kau'i'e, Kamanu, Kuvili Vili Ihoao. Great hula songs, great dancing songs. Opai'e, probably my favorite version of that song, which has been around for a while by them. They get ethereal on that. It's absolutely, it's a simple song and it's incredibly beautiful. Anyway, I just don't want this video to be too long because I am yapping too much again. But yeah, that's my favorite, personal favorite, Cazimero's album.
When you dance, you hypnotize. Though I can't believe. Oh, Pierre, oh, Pierre,
Enjoyed that video, and I'm sorry if I did not list your favorite Brothers Cazimero album, but as I said, you can pretty much pick any of them. If you're out thrifting, if you're looking for the oldies, or you're looking around on, you're on the continent or somewhere and you're looking around for Hawaiian music, or you come across the Brothers Cazimero, you might not understand it or know who they are or whatever. So I'm just here to tell you, come across those records, buy them. And you can come across them, even here in Hawaii, because they were very popular, so there were many of these albums produced. So they're not extremely rare. Not extremely rare to find at a record shop or whatever. Maybe a little less rare at a thrift store, but not impossible. So I'm just saying, if you come across them, you love Hawaiian music and you want to hear Hawaiian music at its sort of ethereal best, check out the Brothers Cazimero and check out Hawaiian Hi-Fi. You can hear them on there too. That's my hobby radio station, 24 hours, 7 days a week. That's listed below, and you can check that out anytime. Thanks again. We will talk to you in the next video.